Hello and welcome to me and LitFam reviewing our Smogon replays.
Redcord 2-man takes over Smogon draft.
Dude,
this
it's
just
beautiful. It's magnificent, right? I cannot wait.
It is.
Yeah, so how this worked is low tiers, so all the good Pokemon are banned, except for, a couple others. Our teams were pretty solid, I think. I could pull those up, but that's going to take some effort. Paldex, yeah, it's not Natdex, it's Paldex. The Terra was pretty liberal on what you were allowed to Terra, so I have 2 Terra captains. I have Wordier and Decidueye. No, I have 3. I have Decidueye, Tauros, Blaze, and Wordier, and then you have a couple as well. Mainly it's
I got my Rapier. I got my Sneasel, and then I got my my Lurantis. That was the last one.
That's right, I forgot about Lurantis.
Yeah.
But the way it worked, we were put into a pool of 8 people. You draft your team from there. And then you'll get resorted into a pool of 4 people total. Round robin from there. You got 2 weeks to do it. If you won 2 games or more, you make it. If you don't do that, you're out. So, in some, it cut out about half of the people. So we both got set into separate pools and had to play 3 other people, which is why we have 6 games to go over.
Ooh.
Yeah, so you played your game first. You had this matchup. So tell me a little bit about this matchup. What were your thoughts here?
It's funny. One of the Pokemon that I was most afraid of, it did not show up, and I'm thankful for it. It prompted a couple team changes.
Oh, what was it?
There was a Terra Bastiodon. I was low-key afraid of it because I had, you'll see in this game, I had the Assault's Volcanion to deal with Gardevoir. Originally, I was physical with Heavy Slam. Like, I can't hit Bastion if it's like Iron Defense.
Right. Like
so I was like, okay.
Defense. Yeah.
Yes, something like that. So
yeah.
I changed. It prompted some changes to just be Special Volcanion and go from there. But yeah. The Terra Shaman, pretty scary. So I had
Oh yeah,
I had lots of doubts for that. Yeah, I was thinking it could be like Fairy. I was thinking there was something else. First one that came to mind was Fairy. Fire I was thinking of as well, because otherwise you can't really hit Fortress. But you'll see in this game it was Terra Poison, which is not something I was expecting. You'll see how that plays out. But yeah, outside that, I wasn't really afraid of too much. Yeah. So I think we can probably just get right into it, I think.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of common cores in this draft with some gimmick teams, but Terra Shaman teams are one of them because they legalized it. Yeah. They did low tiers last year as well and had it banned. They legalized it this year, so a lot of people are getting new toy syndrome or going, I want Terra Shaman. So
it's pretty strong. 100 across the board is pretty good when like the 2 highest point mons are Gardevoir and Gallade.
Frisk is, oh my god. Here's the thing, me and Litfam both drafted Noivern. Frisk is so fucking good. Oh my god.
I love Frisk, and you'll see this guy has like he's got the punching glove Electivire, and I forgot about it halfway through the game.
Oh, you would. Oh, nice.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I was gonna say this reveals a lot of the set because this tells me Ice Punch, maybe Fire Punch for Fortress, probably Thunder Punch too.
Yeah, exactly.
You're probably just Mono Punch. You could even run Drain, like.
Yeah, exactly.
You know a lot of this.
You'll see in this game it's knockoff, which also makes sense. So
it's what?
Yeah. It's knockoff in this game, which we'll see in a sec.
Yeah. Anyways, Barry.
So the punch glove is mildly annoying because I am Rocky Helmet, so it is mildly annoying that he actually is punching glove. And then you will see later in the game, he also has he's got protective pads in the Flamigo. Which I forgot about halfway through the game.
Do you have a like a flame body or a static mod, or did he just like fear?
I don't know. I don't have one, which is weird.
Helmet, huh? I mean, I guess
he just like he's like, oh, he's gonna bring Rocky Helmet Rhyperior for some reason, and yeah, you'd be correct because this guy has like 5 bajillion knockoff guys, and I'm like, okay, I'm not running leftovers on Rhyperior, so
I do like.
I want to stick around
though. I think running protective pads on the other whatever the other thing is a little weird, but I do like. I think the punching glove is a cool bring. I won't lie.
I was much more afraid of like Scarf Flamigo or something like that because CC's like. It's not super free because I have a faster Noivern, so I can like switch it on a CC once or twice depending on what the set is.
And you have a Pheasant as well, but if Raver gets clicked instead,
exactly that too. But I kind of want to be a little bit. It's still scary, you know.
Right? No, it could be a 50-50.
So pads was a little bit odd choice. Yeah, exactly. So
Poison, Terra Poison Shaman, by the way. I
I still don't know what that was even for. Because I don't have a Pokemon that's weak to poison, I don't think.
Why?
It's like just Lurantis, which I would just Terra out of anyway.
That's confusing to me, because, like, Terra Rhyperior seems so obvious, and you don't know what type it's going to be, so terroring yourself into the type that's weak to Rhyperior just feels, like, a little backwards, but...
Yeah, it was a little odd.
Maybe terroring that is not the plan, so... Anyways, Earthquake and Terra Dragon, as a Shaman comes in, you swap out and find it's Life Orb, actually.
Life Orb.
Earth Power. Oof. Beautiful play.
I don't like Life Orb. I just... Also, I think it must not have... I don't know if it had Alluring Voice in this game, because I had 2 defensive dragons, like the Terra Dragon, obviously, and then Noivern was... It had some bulk in it. But, yeah, I was thinking, like, okay, it could have Dazzling Gleam or something like that. Otherwise, it's kind of walled by Rhyperior. But... Fair. Judging by it not clicking Dazzling Gleam on the Noivern, I'm just gonna assume it didn't have it.
Right.
And also, I don't like Life Orb. Life Orb, I think, just sucks.
Life Orb does just... I don't know why we're running this. I feel you can get the point across with a lot of different items. I understand it's only base 100, but whatever.
Still.
Anyway, we see the poison come off, but you make the safe play in Boom Burst, and then it clicks Synthesis.
Synthesis Life Orb, I guess, that kind of makes sense because you can offset the damage and you're so fat you can eat like a hit or 2.
Yeah.
But you can see that like it's just gonna put him.
He's right back down. Yeah, which is probably why you just stayed in.
He's shipping himself back down.
Like yeah.
Yeah, I'm like I don't really care what this thing's gonna do. I'm just gonna stay in until you click something that's actually threatening me.
Right.
I see the Terra Blast do 55, and then I'm like, okay, I'm faster, and Draco just kills. So
yeah,
there goes a giant threat.
I low-key think he just forgot about Draco, right? Like he had to.
He could also think I was mono Boom Burst. Potentially, but even then, it's like you should still respect the potential Draco Meteor there.
Maybe he thought you were. No, Scarf doesn't make any sense in this matchup. I don't think. I don't know.
No.
Yeah, maybe
I think
it
was
but this thing doesn't have the greatest attacking stat despite popular belief. So like Draco is kind of a
it's only 97. It's not that like insanely strong.
Which is what I've learned as well.
You kind of just spam strong moves with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's the power of like was Draco's base power? Is it like 130 or whatever the fuck, or 110?
Yeah, something like that. 120, 130.
Yeah, something crazy. And then Hurricane is base 110. Stab on both, and it doesn't really matter what your attack stack is as long as it's decent, which is what Noivern is.
Yeah, it's gonna do a good chunk. But yeah, Draco kills the Shaman.
Yeah,
which is
just
great.
pull up with the Draco. Yeah, huge mega threat down, and you didn't even really lose that much. You lost like half your HP on this, which this is boots, so who cares? Like, it's
I have Roost anyway, so like I could just click it at any point. I don't end up clicking it, but like I could have, you know.
Anyways,
I make the safe play.
The Frisk activates, and then the Trace, and then the Frisk activates again. By the way.
Yeah, I don't know why it does that. I think it might just be the way Showdown is programmed.
Yeah, I mean it doesn't matter in the.
Yeah, obviously switch out the guy into the 100. Yeah, AV. The guy is gonna eat everything.
I was
Spadef with AV because Psychic was still doing a lot.
I was like, that did fucking nothing. You better be AV.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyways, the Lizard comes in on a Steam Eruption. Never lucky, no burn, whatever.
Yeah, I just throw it off because like, if something gets burned, then great.
Yeah, right? I mean, you might as well. The only switching is this Lizard, which... You go Noivern here. Were you just hard calling U-turn or what?
Yeah, I'm like, I don't think you're clicking Draco here on the Volcanion.
Yeah, well, there you go. Gardevoir comes right back out.
Yeah. Or even knockoff as well. I was thinking he's gonna knock off. So I was like, okay, I kind of don't really need Noivern as much at this point, so I'm just gonna potentially sack it. But if he clicks U-turn, I don't care.
If you're calling Flamigo as Scarf as well, like I could totally imagine that.
Yeah. But even the Gardevoir, I don't know what the item is. It could have been Scarfed.
Yeah, that's
But we'll see in a sec that it's also not Scarf. So like, okay, now I'm gonna want to keep Noivern.
Okay. Oh, and then you find Kebia Berry. Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm like, you're not staying in on the Fortress if you're Scarfed, so you would switch. And if you do switch, or if you're not Scarfed, I can go into Noivern on the Mystical Fire.
It's a great
play. So now I see the item. It's not a boosting item, which is great. Kebia Berry for the Pheasantipity, which is also funny because I am the Psychic Berry on Pheasantipity.
Yeah, so he actually he might have called that a little bit then, knowing you might run Psychic Berry on Pheasantipity. Actually, no, Pheasantipity is faster.
Funny.
What the fuck? Oh, never mind. He just
exactly. I don't know why.
He was just scared of it being faster and ran Kebia Berry to outplay it. I see.
Which is fair.
Are you mixed with Heavy
Slam?
Yeah,
even at +1 does nothing. Guy's so fat. I popped the berry.
So now this thing isn't an issue anymore. You could just go Pheasantipity after, right? Or are you bulky?
I was Swords Dance in this game. I remember.
Oh, okay.
Because his team was extremely weak to Fairy. And if I poison something with like Swampert, or if I poison Swampert with like a poison jab or something, then great.
Right, right.
So, and it was surprisingly fast for this matchup. Like the fastest mon is Cyclizar, so I can just outspeed everything and just spam poison jab and everything.
Oh, it's faster than
But I go into
Sneasel.
Sneasel
That
just
is weird. Yeah, that is very weird.
Yeah.
Anyways, Sneasel gets a kill.
Yeah, I bring in Sneasel just because it's a better spot for me, I think.
I agree.
And it forces in like certain mons.
You just get a knockoff no matter what, which is like there is no switch to this right now. Like
yeah, exactly.
Either one
it's
of
Swampert,
either these three take a big hit, or Flamigo loses its item, which is like good for you all around.
Yeah, Knock is just super free here.
Now Flamigo comes in, easy Johnny spins, and now that Gardevoir's dead, who's clicking fire moves? Oh, Fire Punch, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was. I was expecting Fire Punch, but he makes the good call, and he goes for knockoff here, actually getting rid of the Wyvern now.
I like that play.
But yeah, I was expecting a Fire Punch.
Yeah,
yeah, that was good on that.
But works out, and then gets a Flamigo play there as well. That was really nice. This guy played well so far, at least. Well, outside of the
yeah, I don't know what's going on
there. Damn!
I wasn't all bulk on this. I was like 100 at something attack with Adamant, so I was like, I can just nuke shit.
And then you take the punching glove as well. That's beautiful. Oh, you live because you took the punching glove. Oh!
I was Eviolite too, so I super live that shit.
Yeah, you might as well be. And then you get oh my god, so much value from this Sneasel. What the fuck?
Yeah, the Sneasel. So far in these past couple games, the Sneasel has really impressed me. Like in the first 2 games, it put in some work.
I mean, especially this one. Like, don't lose to Scarf Flamigo, which is looks pretty easy to do at this point.
It's not Scarf because I'm Helmet on Rhyperior. Each click U-turn didn't take damage.
Oh,
and Loki forgot about it.
Well, I missed that too. But
I was like, oh yeah, he's not Scarf, so I could have clicked triple axle. But I think going for the safe play with Shard is probably fine.
I forgot you were Helmet, so I totally missed.
Yeah, because I haven't revealed it yet, so I was like, he doesn't know that.
I also feel like just taking this chip is okay too, instead of risking.
Yeah, exactly. I'd rather not miss triple axle, so I think Shard is fine there.
I think so as well. I mean,
Swampert comes out. Johnny spins to the rescue.
I have to say this is bulk up Swampert, right? Yeah, it came out so late. I've watched this replay before, but this Swampert came out so late that it just has to be bulk up. Otherwise, it'd be pivot. So like.
Yeah, exactly. I was expecting pivot, but then I saw bulk up come on.
And game over.
Giga Drain. I had a feeling because this Fortress is always going to be my switch into Swampert, but I don't really have like a good way to threaten it because like bulk up. I have Seed Bomb.
Yeah.
Or I don't have it on this set, but it learns Seed Bomb.
Oh.
And I could be like knocked off or something like that. So I'm like, I could do Giga Drain, because then I get a bunch of health off of Swampert because usually it's gonna be bulky.
And even with no investment.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage.
Even with no investment.
Like I'm no special
Swampert isn't a Spadefmon, and that's 4 times. Like.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's some good damage.
Johnny spins, dude. Johnny spins.
Another one that has also really impressed me is Fortress. I like that guy.
Mm-hmm.
Also, the cycles are slower than the Pheasant Dippy. Like I'm EV to be faster than the Electivire, but like, yeah, he's super slow.
Yeah. Yeah, so he must be super bulky Cyclizar.
Probably.
Maybe he's got some like attack investment in order, like maybe he needed no way you needed some to Oko and Fortress with Overheat, right? Like
I mean, I am sturdy, but still, I feel like Overheat just nukes it.
Yeah,
I was mostly Spadef on this team for Stamen if it's not Terrifier, but it died before Fortress I got to do anything, so I was like, okay, now what?
right.
So I just saved it until Swampert came out, and
now at this point, how do you lose?
I click SD, he tries to start bulking up in front of me.
Yeah,
I was a greedy play, but like I'd rather him.
No, I mean you just win.
Either kill me or I can set up in his face as he's setting up because I'm still gonna do more damage. But yeah, Giga Drain wins the game.
Unless you like double crits you, which at that point, well played, right? Like.
Yeah, I think I'd still win because Rhyperior is still so healthy. I just don't miss Stone Edge.
Wouldn't have killed there, and he would have taken more. Yeah, Johnny spins, dude.
Yeah, dude, he's spinning.
Hey, Logan's
I love Johnny spins. Yeah, Loki did not see him pop up in the chat ever.
Well, yeah, he said that at the end of the game, like spam, which is strange.
Yeah, exactly.
Redcord people love to spam.
True, but yeah, first pretty solid game.
Pretty solid game. Pretty decisively. He played well, but I mean.
Yeah.
I don't know what he was doing with the Shaman.
I
honestly have no idea what he was doing.
Yeah, the Shaman is a little weird.
No,
I think it was the sets that are more so weird. I think he played it pretty solidly though.
Yeah.
I would say.
I like the punching glove Electivire. I think you should be running. Why are we not running speed on Cyclizar when it's the fastest mon?
Yeah, it being slower than Pheasant Dippity is kind of whack.
Yeah.
Like I was not like Noivern does naturally outspeed Cyclozar, but I'm like I don't think it's gonna run max speed, so I only sped crept for like
I'll
I
bet.
don't even remember what I was speed creeping.
I'll bet.
I think
he
wait no, it was
calling-
me speed creeping
No, but
like
even then,
Sneasel speed
Sneasel's right there
crept
too.
by Cyclozar.
Yeah, I don't
I don't
really
know.
understand that because I feel like at the end of the day, yeah, I wonder if he was like, if he was creeping something that would be faster than what's the next fastest mon, Shaman? If he was creeping something, but
Yeah,
even
base
then,
100.
Pheasantipity isn't that fast anyways. So like,
I mean it's 99, so like
well, it's not faster than Shaman, so it's like you can't make Pheasantipity
yeah, no.
faster than Shaman. So what do you?
yeah.
I don't know. I feel like he might have just called like no speed Pheasantipity and just assumed it wouldn't matter. Because a lot of times that is what Pheasantipity
Maybe.
does. You just happen to be a freak. So
It's usually just a fat guy.
yeah. Which in low tiers, any
Lower
mon
power
can really
level,
be anything, but
yeah.
um,
I think the lower power level allows Pheasantipity to be a lot more than it would be in
it
a
allows
like
a lot of mons,
a standard play.
But I totally agree.
Like it has so many setup moves. Like you saw Sword Stance there. You'll
Mhm.
see in a later game. I have Nasty Plot. It gets Combine. It gets Agility. It literally has everything you could want for like a setup mon.
Right.
Its move pool is a little lackluster, mainly on the physical side. I think it's like only move that's like a coverage move that isn't like stab is like Lash Out. It's like okay, man.
Yeah.
At least in the special side, you get like Heat Wave, which is like yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Or Shadow Ball.
No. Yeah, I mean, I think that was.
It's another good one.
I can't complain. That was just a solid game. Again,
Yeah,
don't know what we were doing with the Shaman there, but hey, what are you gonna do?
a little whack.
Little whack. Ooh,
It
my
happens.
game. Okay, let me switch
boy.
sides first.
Yeah.
So we can get the right POV. So this team is very weird
Yeah.
for me because it felt like very much like an easy counter to mine. First of all,
Vaporeon walls the hell out of that Blastoise.
well,
If you're not,
yeah,
your head.
Vaporeon hard walls Blastoise, so I can't do shit there. And then Bisharp is a massive threat to my team, like massive.
yeah, you
threat
can't
to
run.
my team.
You can't run Intimidate because of Defiant.
No, I can't run Intimidate Tauros, so I just have to just run regular Tauros. Bisharp
Yeah.
does have a bit of an issue hitting Tauros, right? So it's just at the end of the day, like I have to keep Tauros alive to beat Bisharp.
Yeah, as long as the Bisharp's alive, I think you have to keep the Tauros around.
But the other thing is like Bisharp
Otherwise, it gets pretty
can-
dicey.
Yeah, Bisharp can very easily come in on a lot of guys. Like what I was expecting this game, I was expecting a lot of Bisharp coming in on Klefki because it'd be immune to all prankster situations. It gets access to Brick Break, and it could like Iron Head me down.
Yeah,
And the more
exactly.
you force in Bisharp, the more I would be forced to go Tauros. The more you could wear down Tauros and set up for a Swords Dance Bisharp endgame, like a King Gambit type situation.
Yeah.
The only thing about that is that Bisharp doesn't get knock and Paldeadex, which was really weird for my brain because I'm used to that thing clicking knockoff in every other generation. But in addition,
Yeah, it only gets like Night Slash and Sucker Punch.
Yeah.
Or actually, no, does it get Throat Chop now?
it gets Kowtow actually.
I forget.
Right?
Does Bisharp get it? I don't think it.
I'm
I think it's a
pretty
King
sure it gets
Gambit move.
Kowtow.
I don't think so.
Oh.
I thought it was a King
Maybe
Gambit
not.
evolution move.
Maybe not. Then.
It gets Night Slash at the minimum, or Throat Chop, one of the two.
It gets
Either
it
way,
gets
it's not
perfectly
knockoff.
reasonable- Yeah, it gets perfectly reasonable dark moves anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But
Yeah, it's fine. Mhm.
I have in my notes a couple of things. I was terrified of Meloetta. Decidueye
Oh
was
yeah, it's
here.
Terra, isn't it?
Well, it's Terra, which means it could Relic Song into the other form and then do some like Terra fighting bullshit, or it could just be like a
That's
regular
true.
Meloetta with offensive like Scarf Meloetta with just whatever Terra, right? So a lot of
Yeah,
different options.
coverage type for whatever mon you can't hit.
Yeah, very scary for me. So I brought Decidueye specifically for the ghost typing. One, Decidueye has a lot of speed depth, so if it is just a regular like special Meloetta, it's fine. But two, because of the ghost type, Relic Song won't proc the stance change, so I don't really have to worry about
Yeah.
it. And then I'm reading off my note. I put down notes for all of this because I played all these games on the same day, so I had to. Otherwise, my brain would have gotten destroyed. Klefki is Iron Defense Calm Mind, which you will see becomes a trend in with my teams, specifically to help beat
It's
Bisharp.
good.
Yeah, specifically to help beat Bisharp. I just don't like screens, and screens in this matchup was stupid. Just look at the mods on the other side of the field, and then check off each one that gets Brick Break or Defog. I'll tell you, of the mods on the other side of the field, 5 of them get Brick Break or Defog. Vaporeon is the only one who does not. So that's not going to work for me. And then Iron Defense would help me beat Bisharp. I can Iron Defense, Calm Mind, maybe go to +6. I have Prankster, and then Draining Kiss to heal me back up. It does a decent amount, so it's whatever.
Yeah.
This was the only game I brought like a balanced Boots Noivern, just because there were too many flying resists. And then last but not, and then Donphan was just hazard control. I have in my notes literally Donphan hazard control thumbs up emoji. That's all it said.
I mean, yeah, that's what he does.
And then the last was
He's the
my
guy.
god, the Blastoise, the infamous Blastoise. This is Facade Blastoise.
Oh yeah, this is the funny
Flame
set.
Orb Facade Blastoise. You know how I meant, like, we said that Vaporeon hard walls smash Blastoise? That's not entirely true, because Flame Orb Facade Blastoise with max attack Adamant does about 50% minimum to Vaporeon, which is enough for a 2-count. So we're
good
running.
chip.
Other moves on that, I'm running Aura Sphere to hit Bisharp, because I feel there could be a situation where he realizes I'm running basically Mono Facade and go to that. And I can't let Bisharp in because, again, it's the biggest threat. I chose it over Ice Beam because I low-key was not scared of Gliscor. I honestly didn't even think it would come, but it did. And then I'm Fling last, which just... Fling is there because it allows Blastoise to function as a normal mon in case I can't get the Shell Smash going. I could fling something with leftovers, get it burned. I could fling the Gallade and neuter it. I could fling the Bisharp. I could fling the Gliscor. I could fling a lot of mons that are physical and just burn them. So yeah.
Yeah, getting that burn on, like, honestly, burning this entire team is kind of fine.
Burning anything would be great. Plain and simple.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just gonna start it. I'm pretty sure I just let Noivern because there weren't great switch-ins. Yeah. And then I found, guess what?
Yeah.
The Gligar is Eviolite.
Or found
the first Hurricane.
grass on the field.
Yeah, right. Fork Fountain Kitchen. I don't get Scaldburn here, which was really
That was
lucky.
Scaldburn.
You love to see it. This is a very easy U-turn. This actually gives me early information. One, this is not flip turn, which means I can start pinning down the rest
Yeah,
of
the
its
hard
moves.
switch is interesting.
Yeah, I can start pinning down the rest of its moves. I know, one, it's Haze. It's Haze to beat Shell Smash Blastoise for sure. So Scald, Haze, no flip turn. At
Probably
the
Wish
time,
Protect.
that should just tell me it's Wish Protect. But I honestly, in this game, completely forgot that this mon got Wish until it clicked it later on. Don't ask me how. This was my first battle. I was not warmed up. That's the excuse I'm gonna use.
Fair.
Anyways, my switch to this is always Klefki. Calm Mind, Iron Defense, fucking... I'm Flash Cannon, Drain.
Start setting up.
So I might as well just start going. We're gonna get this, and that Earthquake is gonna do fucking nothing. So,
Gligar's kind of balls. Like, I didn't really get that much. He's not very strong.
Well,
he's not Gliscor.
He got neutered a little bit in this gen. The thing with Gligar in past gens is you could make a mini Gliscor, because even without Toxic Heal and that, you could still run Eviolite. So, like, it's whatever. You don't get your item, but you still get a bunch of bulk. But you could run Roost.
Yeah.
But it lost Roost.
Yeah, it not having Roost really sucks for Gligar.
Yeah.
Because now it has
like.
no recovery.
I fought this mon in Gen 8, and, like, it was really annoying to get around, because it was still fat as shit, and it got Roost. But now that it doesn't have Roost,
Yeah,
I know
exactly.
that any damage I deal to it is basically permanent, so I'm, like,
It's basically
pretty okay
permanent.
with it. Yeah. Anyways, I Draining Kiss this, it does nothing, and then he hazes. Which is fine.
Yeah.
I don't mind. I get damage on this, and then I reveal the other thing, which is no leftovers.
True.
That could mean a number of things.
Did you figure out what item that is?
I don't know if I
Boots, maybe?
did, because it could be Boots. It could be, the one I was thinking about is Rendo Berry, since Blastoise gets Energy Ball, right? I'm not stupid. I believe, yeah,
Does
he,
it?
he gets Energy Ball. He gets Energy Ball.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure. Don't quote me on that. But
Yeah,
I
it
think
could
it
be
was
Resist
Resist
Berry,
Berry, 'cause
maybe.
I did have something to hit this, I'm pretty sure. On Blastoise, potentially.
Fair. Yeah.
But Boots is also pretty, like, kind of likely. But anyways, no leftovers is great, because the goal with this team is
It
just
could be
kind
Boots
of
into the Klefki.
Yeah. Boots for the
spikes.
Boots for the Klefki for sure is an option.
Yeah.
But I think, yeah, I mean, that is great news for me, though, because, like, the goal of this game was just to wear down Vaporeon. That was, like, as soon as Vaporeon gets broken down, I can start kind of going to town with my other offensive pieces, mainly Noivern. Because if this goes down, all the Spadef on the team is gone. I forgot to mention.
It's like...
when I did Draining Kiss this, I calc this, it was max Spadef. Max 252 plus nature.
I mean, it covers like the standard Blastoise, so
Yeah, it's literally
you could make that assumption.
It's basically it's Maxpedef, Haze. This is totally just here to beat Blastoise, right? But also the Maxpedef makes sense because Noivern is scary. Like the Hurricane switches aren't great on this team.
Also true.
So that does tell me that does help me a lot because it means that like Tauros can start going to town earlier than I would think. Donphan Earthquakes are gonna hit really hard, or Donphan in general is gonna hit really hard. And this is Levitate because otherwise the other two abilities would proc. But like I'm spoiler, I'm running Smackdown, so that's really fun. And then what was the last thing I was gonna say? Oh, because it's Maxpedef, that means that Blastoise Facade is going to 2-ko. Because if he was defensive like Fizdef and called my stupid ass Facade, then it would not deal that much.
It does like basically nothing.
It doesn't do shit.
Yeah.
But because he's Maxpedef, which I knew he would bring, I figured he would bring. That means I can actually go to town on it. So I just decided to raw Flash Cannon because I know that the switch for this last time was Gligar. Gligar doesn't get healing, so I just want to deal damage to it. Rocks go up. I'm not too broken up about it because at the end of the day, this is leftovers. Blastoise HP doesn't really matter because of what its role is in this matchup.
Yeah, only need that one big hit on the Vaporeon. Like after that, it's kind of done its job.
It really has, yeah. I mean, I could try to snowball it into a sweep, but it's not. It's really just as long as I play my pieces right. If I break the Vaporeon, I should just win regardless of what I do with Blastoise. So
yeah, probably.
I don't really. I like really don't need like rocks aren't like a super big issue right now. Oh, and Noivern is boots, so. But yeah, Vaporeon comes in.
Was it boots on this team?
What?
Was it boots on this team? I don't remember if it was.
It was boots on this team. This was the only time I brought boots.
Oh, okay.
The other two matchups, I brought specs, and I'll explain why when we get there. But now we're gonna see Wish, which just tells me what this thing set is. It's called Haze Wish, Protect.
Yeah, no flip turn, no coverage.
This is the one thing I think is really cool about this team, though, is you shore up the weakness of Gligar not getting bruised by involving Vaporeon. I think that's really cool.
I was gonna say that it is nice, and also you have like there's no real ice types that click freeze dry in this lower power level. So that's one less thing you have to worry about because that's usually like one big weakness of teams like this.
No, I always say
like strong ice types.
Strong ice type, like a freeze dryer into this team would go stupid.
Yeah, exactly.
But that is one thing I always say in draft is you never have to worry about your freeze dry switch-ins because the only freeze dry user is Kyurem. So as long as you have something that can beat Kyurem,
Bundle, but it's a lot less used than Kyurem.
Yeah, Bundle gets a lot less used than Kyurem. I do forget about Bundle a lot. I'm more thinking about Hydro with that one, but yeah. No, I like. There's like 2 good freeze dry mods, and they're all banned in this format. So it's like. It's whatever.
Yeah, I think the best one that has freeze dry is like Glaceon, which is just shit Kyurem.
With like Glaceon and Cryogonal is like what you're working with, and Glalie.
Yeah, it's pretty rough.
The other one. So.
Oh yeah.
But me getting Donphan.
Ones that deal no damage or are slow as hell. Tough.
Right. I go Donphan here because I know what's gonna happen. I know now that the wish is revealed. I'm like, okay, this game is gonna take a lot longer than I think. Because wearing down this Vaporeon is going to take some time. So I am going to actually need to get these rocks off the field because I'm going to take a lot of chip over time otherwise. Especially on Decidueye is the big one. I need to keep Decidueye healthy to deal with... Well, I wanted Decidueye healthy, but there was a bit of an issue. Terrifier Meloetta is here, which means it's going to beat my Decidueye. So I'm going to have to be really careful about that. I am Terra Fairy. This was more as to be able to play 50-50 with Gallade on whether it would like click knockoff or click I guess you could just click a
any other move.
Like, no, it really was just to throw no, it was to play 50-50 with Bisharp, whether he would click a steel move or a dark move.
Oh, Sucker.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sucker or Iron Head.
Honestly, I was never gonna Terra that. The big Terra on this team was Tauros. This is that's Terra Grass Trailblaze with bulk up. Because Tauros offensively
this is the Kachu set
into this team. Yeah, this is the Kachu set.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't run Intimidate because of Bisharp, so I had to because I'm not gonna run fucking Anger Point.
So lock in, bro.
Rocks have to go, and I know I also forced the switch here because he's not gonna stay in, fearing Ice Spinner.
Donphan gets knockoff too, I think, right, in Gen 9?
He does, yeah.
That's another thing.
Because of both of those, he can't stay
Don't want to lose your EV lane.
Oh, yeah, this was the other thing. Did you just see Rapid Spin do 20%? Because I just saw Rapid Spin do 20%.
That did 20%. That did a lot of damage.
Yeah.
For a 50 base power move.
50 base power non-stat move just did 20%. That fastest I've ever locked Earthquake immediately after. I'm like, fuck that. Anyways, you remember how I said it was Wish Protect earlier? Yeah, so that was a very easy way to get. You were in VC for this. You saw me hovering Smackdown after this turn.
Yeah, I did.
I was so close to clicking Smackdown. To be clear, for all those in Redcord that, or even just in Smogon, I stream these while deafened in VC so people can watch me play live, which is fun.
No coaching.
No ghosting. I swear to God, I'm not ghosting. I made these plays all on my load stuff. If I was ghosting, I think someone would have screamed at me to just click Smackdown type shit. But I didn't.
Yeah.
I just clicked DQ.
It would have been me.
Yeah. So fearing Will-O-Wisp, and at the same time, I don't really want my sturdy getting broken. You saw I'm boot sturdy. This is just I brought this set to every single game. I'm gonna be honest. Spin, Earthquake, Stealth Rock, sturdy boots came to every single game. Because
it's just a good safety net into most teams.
It's the ultimate fallback because at the end of the day, Donphan has a lot of attack. Earthquake is gonna deal a shit ton, and to every single sweeper, I can just bring sturdy boots and live one hit, no matter what goes wrong. So I'd like to keep my sturdy intact because I still don't know what I have an idea of what's gonna happen, but I don't know exactly what the Meloetta is gonna do. And I'm still a little scared.
It has yet to hit the field.
Yeah. Anyways, Will-O-Wisp misses. You'll see he lands it later on, so it's not like I don't think it's too big of a deal. I make a very greedy double back to Donphan because I still want to threaten Ice Spinner. He still can't take the chance that I am Ice Spinner. I spun here because it would make me. I realized I was slower than Wheezing. So I was like, okay, that's not.
That's freaking tough, yo.
Additionally, I was a little worried he might just stand and put rocks back up, but probably not the greatest play. I probably should just click Smackdown, to be honest, because at the end of the day, even if he burns me, a burned Donphan doing Earthquake to this, like, I'm losing this.
Still good damage. It doesn't have the best recovery.
I go Blastoise predicting Willow, and he defogs, so that's fine, but I do reveal Flame Orb. Anyways, you remember how I said
goes to Vaporeon.
Remember how I said that Facade did half? Yeah.
It's time.
You know, you would think he would see the Flame Orb and go, what the fuck? And like,
yeah, that sends some radars on my head.
But there was nothing to do here because even if this doesn't come in, like I could have a backup water move and Gliscor dies, and then else
you don't know. It could be physical with like Waterfall or something like that.
Yeah, like you just
don't know
literally never know. So yeah, Facade comes off and kills. Now that reveals my whole set. It reveals I'm max attack Adamant because otherwise it wouldn't kill. Flame Warp Facade.
Yeah.
Anyways, I get to keep this for later now. That was literally the whole point of the set. Get in, kill the Vaporeon, leave.
That's all you need.
And look at that. All I did was reveal I revealed what the set was. I only took 12%, and I took the thing that was holding up his whole team. You know what this means now? This means every piece of damage on Gligar is permanent. And then if I get rocks back up, they're probably staying because I'll keep crazy momentum since I don't have to deal with Vaporeon coming in. Additionally, Waver and Hurricane. Oh,
that's good. There's like no switch-ins anymore at this point. I mean, Meloetta's got high spit F, but
yeah, but given it's Terra, it's most likely to be offensive, especially since it's Terrafire, and you're not running defensive Terrafire, especially in a my team.
Yeah, it's kind of whack. Not into the fucking Blastoise.
Meloetta comes in. I get burned by Willow on my Calm Mind, which isn't the worst thing in the world. Oh, this is the other thing. He can't haze my Calm Minds anymore. But at the end of the day, this is still Terrafire. I'm draining his Flash Cannon, so it's gonna resist everything.
You can't hit it.
Yeah, there's no point in staying in here, especially because I don't know if it's physical either. So I go to this. That damage tells me it's special. It tells me it's a non-boosting item. But I also believe this told me it was modest. I don't fully remember, actually. But I think this damage roll told me it was modest, which meant that it was more than likely Choice Scarf. Which is great to hear. Great to hear for me.
Yeah.
I just Facade.
No boosting
it doesn't deal anything because this is max Fizz Depth that I learned earlier. I'm a little tired of that Black Sludge healing, so I'm gonna burn it.
Gone.
Yeah, and then I think I just...
Blastoise has done a job, so you might as well just pop the fling.
No, I just went right back to Klefki because Klefki hard walls this thing, so I honestly don't really give a shit.
Yeah, you already burnt the thing, so now it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You start setting up again.
No,
something, or just
I don't because Meloetta is going to come in.
Chip.
But Flash Cannon also doesn't
Yeah,
do shit, so I'm like, okay, now I need to sack Blastoise. It doesn't deal anything anymore. And we're going to get Donphan in.
Permanent damage, though, still.
Here's the thing. If he stays in and I click Earthquake, the game is over. If Meloetta dies, I pretty much just win, so he kind of has to swap. At the same time, I need rocks. So I decide to force Donphan in rather than going something like Noivern, which would well, actually, he clicks Psychic. So I could have honestly... I don't want to hard call Choice Scarf yet, because if he wasn't Scarf, I would just lose Klefki there. But I could have gone back to Klefki. I could have maybe gone to Sidgewai, because again, I'm very split up. But also, I could still take a Terra Blast Fire. This was just the overall best play, because the idea with this play was to force rocks. I knew Weezing was going to come in, so I was going to Smackdown. And then the play after that was just to rocks right after. Because he's going to switch, so it'll force rocks up. And it'll force rocks up on Gligar, which doesn't get defog in this gen.
True.
So,
Bro traded the defog for spikes.
Yeah, so imagine I click Stealth Rocks as Weezing came in, he would just defog right after, and it wouldn't matter. Yeah, I could Smackdown and then EQ him, but then I don't get my rocks up. This just overall gets my rocks up, which is just what I want. I go hard Noivern predicting Stealth Rocks, I get it right. Stealth Rocks or Earthquake, either way, whatever. I get knocked off, which is maybe why you thought I wasn't boots in this matchup, but...
Oh, yeah. Because I was remembering to turn the pops up later.
Yeah. And then I land another Hurricane because I'm shiced. Hey, to be clear, I missed the Hurricane turn 1.
That's true.
Yeah, and that did matter. That did matter, because otherwise Donphan would have just killed Vaporeon later on when I spun.
That is true.
So, yeah, Bisharp comes out. Now, I have a choice here. I could stay in and click Flamethrower. That is allowed. But I decide I want to save my Noivern because it's going to be the best way to get rid of Weezing. Weezing's not like the biggest threat, but because it has Pain Split, that means it is healing. And Mons with healing...
It has the potential to stick around for longer than necessary.
Yeah, and I'd like to have some way to just continually force Weezing out. Because I don't want it defogging. I want my rocks to stay up because Meloetta is a fire type, and it's at this point probably the biggest threat. Because it's Scarf and outspeeds my whole team, because I'm not running a Scarfmon.
Noivern's also still good speed control of Gallade's also not Scarf in the back.
That's
because then Hurricane probably just noose that as well.
Yeah,
so
like
you kind of want to keep this thing around.
Noivern still has a shit ton of value. And at the end of the day, Tauros, I built this mon to beat Bisharp.
You have a Tauros.
And it hasn't come out yet. So we see Swords Dance. So I looked this up. The only way this thing hits me is if it's running fucking Aerial Ace, which isn't doing shit anyways. Well, it is kind of doing something. Oh, or if it's running Dig. Listen, if you're running Dig into me, Mr. Dig, good on you. But you're not.
You got it.
So
you got it.
Go ahead and
shake my hand.
I CC just in case, because I do think it is a safe play.
Yeah, you don't really lose out on that much for not clicking.
Yeah, I could Raging
Anything
Bull.
else?
I could Raging Bull, but Raging Bull actually didn't kill Bisharp from full, and he was +2. So if he really was Dig, I have issues. So I just want to make sure that I'm not losing. And I decide that if Weezing comes out, I have a play that means nothing will happen anyways. I did just go Klefki, and he Pain Split. Yeah, that was the idea. It's just go Klefki, and maybe I can start setting up. Yeah, I do that turn later.
You force Meloetta back too, I think, right?
I mean, this was kind of the thing, is like Klefki can just kind of sit in front of Weezing and set up, and he's forced to go Meloetta because it's the only thing that's going to stop this demon, and Meloetta's going to take 25% from rocks, so I can get away with it.
It's a win for you.
It's a great win for me.
because there's more damage than you get
I just
off.
Flash Cannon. I want more chip on this, plain and simple. The more damage of Meloetta, the better. And then I think I just click Calm Mind, because I don't really need this to sit in front of Weezing anymore with how low it is.
Yeah.
Like, at this point, we're in an end game where I can, and if Terra Blast hits me, I have a number of options I can go to, and just take a kill right back, get a very easy revenge kill. I think I chose Donphan, yeah, because I knew he was going to keep this, so I could keep my Sturdy intact, and I could also just Smackdown.
Yeah.
But I didn't Smackdown because I'm stupid. SmackDown was really
Smash!
fire.
Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know. I just really didn't want to throw to Meloetta, so I was like, I'll just make the safe play. But
You might as well just, yeah.
Thank God it doesn't defog, and I make the type shit play predicting pain split, and yeah,
Owned.
type shit. Hashtag
That plus
owned.
1% matters.
Beautiful, beautiful. But it matters
And
that I
you
get
get the kill.
Noivern in, and I get the kill with Psychic. He didn't really have
Gone.
switches to Noivern, so
Yeah.
yeah. And from this
Because
point,
Meloetta takes all that shit. It's just
Yeah.
dead.
I mean, you can double Meloetta all you want, but like now Decidueye is worthless, so this can go too. Like it, and I live 2 Psychics. And this also
Yeah,
like
so now what?
this confirms Scarf as well, which I pretty much knew at this point, but like the game is pretty
makes
much
sense.
over. Like there's just not much
Yeah.
you can do. He decides to stay in here, which means I get my
It's
Citrus
over.
Berry, and I get the kill. So, you know, everything is awesome. That is
Lego
so
movie.
much damage, dude. Holy fuck, I forgot about that. And I'm faster,
Delayed
and I
is
get my
pretty
cut
real.
shield. Oh my god. I love
It's
Tauros,
over.
dude. I love this Tauros mon.
Tauros champion's pretty strong.
Yeah, anyways, I can just sack this now. And then Donphan, once again, boots sturdy, lives everything, so I don't care. And I get my Earthquake. So,
Spin kill would have been cool, but you're
I
boring.
think-
Hashtag low key. My fault.
What kill would have been fun?
The rapid spin.
Oh, rapid spin. Nah, I was like, I'm not. I'm just gonna click the Earthquake. I'm not gonna be freaky.
Yeah.
I think Decidueye was either. I think Decidueye was Sucker Punch last, if I'm remembering correct. So, because it was worst default
out there, yeah.
moves, just in case of like Gallade and shit.
Oh yeah. What was the low sweep
Or no,
team? I
it
remember we
was,
had low sweep on one team. I don't remember.
It was Shadow Sneak. I think that's the other. I think that's this game up here. If I'm remembering right.
Oh yeah, it might be.
Yeah, it is because I wanted to hit Lucario. That's what it was.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Makes
I think I
sense.
played
Okay.
solid. I think I should have clicked SmackDown a couple more times than I did, but it's fine. I won anyways. I had a solid lead, so. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, I think this is the longest game that we have.
Yeah, but I also think this was the best game that I played. Spoiler alert. The others were not
Yeah.
that level, so. But early win for me. That was very nice.
Fine.
Let's go back to you.
Yeah.
Oh, Lurantis is here.
No Rhyperior this time. This team was so unbelievably hostile to Rhyperior. It's crazy.
The Rhyperior
I did not bring
is
it, and
crazy.
Yeah, they hate this guy. They hate this guy. Like, there's a Feraligatr, there's a Breloom, there's a Hoopa. Like, oh my god. And there was like a low kicks that did not show up, which is, you know,
No
that's
low
fair.
kicks
There's a Fezandipity.
but yeah, Fez makes sense.
I don't blame it. I have a Fez since it's faster, you know, and
Right.
I actually resist bug.
Yeah, additionally, you also have Fortress, which is just like free switch into first impression U-turn, so
That as well. So like, I don't really care.
I don't
Lurantis is here just so I can annoy the fuck out of the Hippowdon that's on the screens team for
Right.
some reason. This team's whack, by the way.
This
I don't
team
know
is
what's
whack,
going on with this
looking.
team.
I
The
think
fastest mod on the team was low kicks, and it didn't show up. So now what?
right, Noivern can just click.
Yeah, it's pretty weird.
I'm gonna click start.
This is the nasty plot Fezandipity team. I remember that.
Plot skippity.
His
oh my
Terra's Terra
God.
Breloom's a little
His,
scary.
Terra Steel Breloom. It was that Terra for Alligator? I don't remember.
I don't think it was. I think it was just Breloom.
Just Breloom. Okay.
And then I've got my
You
I got my
your
Sneasel.
Terrafire
I got my
on board.
Lurantis.
Yeah, and your Terra.
My Terra Blast, and then
yeah.
Sneasel's just there in case of Lock Punch.
Right, Mach Punch
But,
from stuck. Because you are Dark. Yeah,
yeah, so I can just-
still. Yeah, because you're not Hisui.
Yeah, I want to hit that guy, just in case.
Oh, this.
But, I love this guy.
And
I missed my Triple Axle,
Okay,
which is
but he SD'd, but he SD'd.
unfortunate.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh, big damage. Big Damagio. Oh, Salak is crazy.
the Salagberry here was low-key a little scary. It was a little scary.
And then he
But
gets Sucker Punch.
yeah,
Do you not have Ice Shard?
if I didn't miss my move at the start, huh?
Do you not have Ice Shard?
I did not on this one. I wanted to run upper hand though. I wanted to do it so bad, but I changed my mind because I expected Grimmsnarl lead, so I was Sash Swords Dance with Brick Break,
Yeah.
so I could just get rid of screens if he led off that. But he led this guy, and then I missed my Triple Axle, which is unfortunate because I would have been able to keep my
You would've
Sneasel,
just-
which is really good in this team too.
Yeah.
Like
you would've
Sneasel
fucked
gets
it
free
up.
knockoffs on literally everything. Like holy.
Well, this thing
But,
doesn't get
yeah.
Fire Punch, right? And you know
Or,
what's last
Force
move is
Fortress
fighting.
in.
Yeah, so Fortress is here. Johnny spins.
Yeah,
Welcome
so
back.
I don't really care. I'll live.
You'll
Yeah,
live,
my hero
you'll go
always
switch,
bails me out of
you'll
bad
get
spots.
Wyvern in. Doesn't matter. Or Lurantis, that works too. Because
Like my guy.
Hoop is here.
Yeah.
Oh, you're Assault Vest.
I'm Assault
Shit.
Vest.
Oh, you love to see the drop. You'll love to, and it's dead. Beautiful.
Later.
Dude, you're
Yep.
such a good player. Oh my god. Look at that.
Lurantis is
turn,
this is the only reason that the Lurantis really came in. Yeah. John Assault Vest, and the guy that I wanted to answer switched in and died. So I was happy.
I'm very shocked
Hey.
to see that, because this thing only ever runs 3 moves, and one of them is knock off. So like, why?
I don't know why the Hoopa came in here.
Especially
Like,
because this gets revealed to be Banded Breloom, right? Do you not just go that and...
yeah, it was.
Oh, so why are we Banded
Yeah,
Breloom into the
I mean,
Serendipity? It's too many questions.
I don't know. That's another whack choice there. I was expecting like Spore, Swords Dance, or something like that, maybe.
Yeah, you live
But,
this is non-banded.
I Terra
right?
just
That's
in
why.
case. I don't remember. I just Terra just in case because I don't want to switch there. And if he clicks a grass move for some unknown reason,
Yeah.
or just doesn't click Terra or doesn't kill me, I can Terra Fire and blow him up because I was Terra Blast.
Oh, right.
But,
yeah. And then you
yeah.
probably... I mean, you just win from there, but even then, I feel
Yeah,
like
because
you're kind of far ahead right now, because he's really just, at this point, relying on Breloom and for Alligator. So as long as, like, you don't lose to... I don't know how you could possibly lose
guys.
to Breloom here, but as long as you don't lose to
yeah,
Breloom's for Alligator...
if he makes the right plays, Braylon could win in theory, but it's like you gotta play it
you
pretty
gotta play perfect,
well.
dude. Like, unbelievable.
Because you gotta click Terra Blast Steel into Fezzidipity, but also not hit,
Fortress.
not
Or
like
Volcanion.
yeah, Fortress, Volcanion. Like now what?
Yeah.
So you have to like get all those plays correct. So it kind of sucks for them. I don't like Bandit here.
No, I feel like you get so much more mileage out of just Toxic Orb, Poison Heal, Sub, right? Like, that just seems so
Something like
easy.
that.
I mean, I get having
It makes
something that
sense,
blows
but-
shit up, but isn't that not what these two are supposed to be here for? Like,
You're already so strong. Like 130 attack, you just hit moves.
yeah.
So I don't get it. Whichever. Yeah, I
And
just U-turn on the Grimstyle coming in.
free Johnny spins.
I'm my hazard guy. I got my T-Spikes up. No.
Oh my god, it's beautiful.
Toxic Road died because I brought Toxic Spikes. I did not think the Toxic Road was gonna come into the Rhyperior team, so I was like, okay, it's fine probably. But
yeah, but Toxic Orb
it died
anyway,
instantly, so
GG.
yeah, I don't really care.
Uh,
So free poisons and everything, and it reveals a potential ability on Breloom, but you know, because he didn't Terra yet, he's not immune to the poison yet.
yeah.
So puts me in a good spot because now I put everything on a timer.
No burning jealousies is interesting. I feel like that feels obvious into a fortress team, but whatever. And you get the poison up for Alligator.
I don't know.
Oh my god, it's beautiful.
Great.
Do you not just stand in
Ending my rocks up.
Because like this is oh no.
I
it's
do.
a swap.
Or no, it's later. Later I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see DD come out, which makes sense. I
Douglas?
switch into the
Okay.
fortress expecting, yeah, I know the guy. Yeah, Ice Punch, I just try to make the correct switch as long as I can.
Yeah.
And
I'm
he
just getting
decides
poisoned.
to click Dragon Dance here, so I get a free Volt Switch, so I'm happy.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you revealed Volt Switch already. Like,
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he thought he would be able to stick around a couple more turns, but
I definitely
nope.
watched the replay of this, and I thought, yeah, I remember what I was thinking in the moment. I was thinking, this Volcanion better be Shokaberry, or you might still lose this game.
yeah.
Or you gotta make a type shit switch to Noivern and then sack Fortress after.
Yeah.
But you were Shoka, because, like, why wouldn't you be? You're a good player. You know what you're
Yeah, I'm
doing.
like, that was like the first thing I put on the Volcanion. I was like, okay, I can wall the hell out of for Alligator, but I need that Sugarberry.
Yeah.
And,
you
yeah.
need that berry. Fat ass. My bad.
True. I'm giant.
Also,
Alright, Hippowdon comes in for some reason, so I just nuke the hell out of it. I don't know why this came out.
Like,
Okay, cool.
and you stall turn or reflect. Okay, excellent play from your opponent in your favor.
Yep. I don't know what they're doing.
I
Now
see
they
it.
click T-Wave.
Cool. So we're gonna get
Click on
damage
this first.
now. Yeah. Type shit.
Yep, set up the sand so you can die faster.
Mhm,
True.
Nice. Makes sense.
Click Flamethrower in case he goes to Braylon for some random reason.
I mean, you showed your item. I don't know why we're so terrified of this.
I don't know either.
And then he shows CC.
Yeah,
okay,
locks
and
into
it's bandit.
CC,
Cool.
it's game.
Game. Pheasant Skibbity or
Yeah,
Noivern,
and-
whichever one. Pick
Yeah.
your poison.
I just sit here and stunt on him for a little bit.
Like, even if it it literally doesn't matter what move you click, he can't fucking
It's
hit
not
you.
possible. Hey, you can't. I'm like, I was fast, but I also was like a lot of bulk on the physical side, and I was just nasty plot roost, so I can set up on him forever. Yeah, eventually I stopped fucking around and just yeah, it is weird.
Oh, hi Waffles.
Yeah, Wabunga Burger.
Oh,
I don't know when the hell Waffle showed up, but he's here.
Yeah.
Yep, bro popped in at the end of the game.
Yeah, well, I mean, you played well.
Solid game.
I'm not sure what your opponent was doing.
But yeah, they're having a fun time. I don't know what they're doing.
But hey, we take it. Absolutely, we take it.
Johnny Spins saving the day once again. My T-Spike's up. My hero.
Beautiful.
All right, let's keep going.
Okay, a couple notes about this game. One, this guy had already gone 0-2 in the pool, so he was out. I didn't know this while playing, but I figured it out afterwards because he made some very interesting brings.
Ooh, his team was so weird.
He made some interesting plays and brings that I was very confused about. I have a fucked up word here set. It's AV because otherwise I have no switch into Salazzle. It's AV. It's got some Spatak investment to Oko with Psychic Noise. It's got some Fizz Attack investment to do a shit ton of damage to a Flapple that didn't get brought with Lunge because I brought Lunge. Yeah.
Dude, this deer is weird.
Dude, this deer is so weird. Other things to note about this game, that is Terra Glastrier, which was by and large the largest threat to my team. So defensive Tauros is here with Will-O-Wisp in order to beat it. As long as he's not Terrifier, I can burn it, and then it's pretty much not a threat anymore. And then I have backup to beat it, which the backup
Terraghost Curse.
Terraghost Curse, yes, the infamous Terraghost Curse set that I also
pretty cool tech.
In order to neuter it, and then best case scenario, I'll just do both. And then even if he's mashing Curse himself, it won't matter. Even if he's packing Rest, it won't matter. Like,
you put on a timer regardless, so Tauros will just win long term anyway.
Right, exactly. Like he could have high horsepower and deal a shit ton of damage, but given how bulky I am and intimidated, it's gonna take a while for that to kill. So I can fuck around for a bit.
Yeah.
And plus Terraghost, I'll get out of it.
That is true. You can't really hit it unless it runs like Crunch or something weird.
Yeah, he has to run some bullshit, which he won't. He won't run Crunch in this matchup because my only Ghost type is Decidueye, and he can crash that.
Yeah, exactly.
Decidueye was here to beat Lucario.
This was the low sleep one.
This was low sleep. Yeah, low sleep hits Lucario for 60% with no bulk, and then that also guaranteed drops it down a thing of speed. So even does this get? I don't remember if it gets Trailblaze, but even if it's doing some speed boosting bullshit, I can just bring Noivern out after or Tauros, and just kill it.
Yeah.
And then
I think just your combination of mods, it kind of limits what the Lucario can do.
Yeah,
like
it's really
if it's Swords Dance, Tauros can just win if it's special.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what you're doing, to the weird ear.
Klefki was a last minute addition.
So I think it's fine.
I had an entirely different mod before Klefki was here, and then I put it on afterwards. Because I had no switch-ins to Enamorous. This is my boring Klefki set. It's T-Wave, nothing special going on. Just spreading paralysis, because why not?
Yeah. As he does typically, so.
No, I had
not
Blastoise, and then I kicked Blastoise off, because Blastoise was defensive to beat Glastrier, but I was like, if Tauros is doing that, I don't need to.
Yeah, exactly.
And then...
frees up that team slot.
Yeah, Chris Terraghost just in case. Oh, and the last note I have, to be clear, I built this team last. I wrote, no flying resist, welcome back Specs Noivern. So yeah.
That is true. There are no resists except for the Lucario, but that guy is a fake wall.
No, it's not a resist. It's neutral on that.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, I mean, I just lead Decidueye because I feel that in a majority of cases, I can just U-turn. I'm also running Poltergeist on this, so I can hit a lot of mons with that as well. I'm thinking lead.
Decidueye is deceptively strong.
Yeah, I'm thinking the lead might be Lucario. It actually has a decent attack stat. Anyways.
Yeah, it's like 100 or something like that.
Cool.
He clicks Trick Room and dies instantly.
Yeah, the only way this would be slower than me is if it clicked Trick Room.
Yeah. Cool attack though.
And I made sure to let him know that I saw that. I was very wow. And I was like, I said that, and then I looked at the team, and I went, oh, that's right.
That makes sense. Yeah, there is a Glastrier and an Enamorous. It makes sense.
But like, why would you try to set that in front of a Decidueye? Why?
Yeah, like you are going to die unless you're like no item or something like that. Then like yeah, you got it, man. Like,
I mean, this was also
but
the reason I
it
led
wasn't.
this, is I thought Meowstic might be led, and I have default to
Yeah.
break the screens, so I'm not like super worried about it. But yeah, I was.
This has boost on this thing was also very weird. It's a light clay, so it also probably had dual
Yeah,
screens
it's probably
and
dual
Trick Room
screens,
and then
Trick
something
Room.
else.
I would
Psychic
hope
move.
it's Psychic Glass, right? It has to be.
Yeah.
Anyways, my
Unless
AD
it's
gets knocked off
psychic.
on this. And then
A little
Noise
unfortunate.
comes out. I deal a lot of damage with Psychic Noise.
And
though.
ready.
Yeah, and I stop potential
But yeah.
leftovers for a turn, which is nice. Snowscape, by the way. Anyways, I spotted Terra Water before the game started, so that means free Will-O-Wisp. I'm sorry.
Like Avalanche. This is Trick Room, by the way.
So,
Trick Room, by the way.
yeah, so Avalanche is a 60 base power move that when you act after, if you use it after getting hit, it's base 120. It gets doubled, right? Which makes no sense because you're running Trick Room. So what?
You kind of want to not go last.
Additionally, we click
I don't know.
Snowscape and then we tear it out of our ice, so we're not getting the boost anymore.
Yeah, Snowscape is also weird as hell. Unless you're like surprise special Blizzard. Here you go.
I
But-
don't know. That doesn't help you get through Tauros. So I really don't know.
Exactly. I don't get it.
What was
yeah,
going on
the
there.
Glacier set was weird as hell.
Yeah, this was a wacky Glacier side. Anyways, I just body pressed because I don't need to curse just yet, and then he clicks curse, and he's still
Yeah.
leftovers. So I'm like, all right, well, I mean, if you insist, I'll do it for the culture. Beautiful.
Fire tag. Fire tag.
Beautiful. You love to see it.
Yeah. And the leftovers, you can click it again if he decides to switch out for some reason.
And then I crit body press, so I get to keep the Tauros for a turn.
True.
Yeah, that went really nice. So no complaints there, honestly.
Yeah.
But yeah, we get to this part, which is I have no speed. I'd still be faster than max speed, but I'm worried about Scarf. So I just hit it, and I'm faster, which tells me it's not Scarf, so that's nice.
Yeah. You could also just assume that it was slower just because this is Trick Room team.
Yeah,
So.
I did, but I didn't think about that in the moment. Because I was like, would you really
That is
dodge
fair.
all your stuff? Well, when I don't really have great fairy answers, and if this thing clicks Mystical Fire once my Klefki dies, like, I feel like...
Also,
you
they're
would-
running Springtide Storm. I remember Sable, I was talking about that,
You
and I
get
agree with him on
Robust.
it being a very weird choice. Yeah, I'm like,
it's 5 base
you
power
trade
less to
5 base
not
power for an
miss.
80 base power or 80 accuracy move. Yeah,
I don't get
like,
that.
I don't get it.
Anyways, I just foul play there, and he roars me, and then I switch out of Dawn Fan because I want to keep my sturdy for later. Once again, I'm sturdy, like I said earlier. This comes out, I'm just gonna hit it. He's Sash, whatever. T-spikes go up, cool, I get to kill this. Which is great, because my answer was Wardeer, and Wardier's AV got knocked off, so this thing was actually kind of an issue for me to deal with now. But if he's just gonna sack it to Noivern, I'm not gonna complain, so... Now when Emrys comes out, I don't kill, so I'm just gonna go play. And he makes the right play, which is really cool.
Good on him.
Yeah, very nice on him. I'm Metal Sound. I don't want to T-Wave and get nothing off the Blastoise, and Metal Sound just means that now Noivern does kill, so I still force it out at the end of the day. The good ending.
Yeah.
I click Air Slash because I don't think I have to click Hurricane.
I would have flinched there, to be honest.
Yeah, I
I'm
decided not to
still
risk
talented.
it because if he clicks random Ice Beam and I lose Noivern, I can still lose this game. Right now, I'm in a
It's pretty scary.
I'm in a very dominant position. Donphan is gonna just full on trade for one of these mons at this point, because I'm Spinner as well. I'm Ice Spinner, so Donphan just full on trades for one of these two fucks. Blastoise is a cripple, and
Also, it's not Shell Smash, so you also don't really care either.
I still have
about it as much.
I still have full health Decidueye to beat Lucario, so it's like I really don't need to take risks.
You don't really care at this point.
Yeah, this is paralyzed too.
You just play it
so
safe.
I'm faster. Raw Terra.
He has to
lasts
make a
like
lot of plays to be able to. Yeah.
Yeah.
He has to make a lot of plays to really get back into a winning position.
And at this point, with two mons
So.
and one of them being choiced, what plays are you gonna make? Anyways, you like me living that
Exactly.
Ice
He
Punch?
can only play.
You like those freaky IVs, meaning I live that Ice Punch? You'll love to see it.
Yum.
Anyways, Decidueye
This deer is weird.
completely walls this, so there is no point. I'm very pissed off to live 2 from Meteor Mash, so yeah, that kills. That just straight up kills, because again, Decidueye the GOAT. And then I'm faster, because it's min speed for Trick Room.
Yeah, true.
And I reveal specs. I knew that earlier from the Klefki damage, but yeah, now I just go Donphan, who's also faster, because again, Trick Room. And yeah, that's it. Again, I think he was kind of just running weird sets because he already went 0-2 is what I'm going to use. But yeah, I didn't really have to try super hard that game, I don't think.
Yeah, them having such weird sets at the end of the, or like in the end there was probably did him in at the end of the day, but you know, it's still.
Yeah, I mean, the team was still
rough.
scary for me. So Lancel was not a good matchup at all, and I basically had to trade Tauros for Glastrier.
Glastrier. I mean, Glastrier with Terra is very scary.
Dude,
like you could do.
Thank God he like.
Before I was thinking of my teams for the Smogon draft, I was like, okay, I want to use at least one like strong Terra captain, and Glastrier was on my radar because I'm like, okay, it's got good stats. Ice typing sucks, so I can just get rid of it. Problem solved.
Yeah. No. Terra Glastrier. It's like mini Cali Ice at the end of the day.
Yeah, it just is
scary as shit. Thank God I had the tools to deal with it. So. Yeah. Your last game. This was a weird team. This was a really weird team. I kind of fucked with it, but it was a weird team.
It was a weird team. It's just like all in rain.
So, little thing to note about low tiers, Rain Dance, or not Rain Dance, Drizzle is banned. So Pelipper, Politoed are allowed, but they cannot use Drizzle. Because of that, Rain...
And Stun as well.
Yeah. Drought is also banned. The two good weathers are banned.
Yeah, Drizzle and Drought are banned, but Sand is not because there's no good abusers.
There's a lot of mons in low tiers that are just ridiculous in those weathers. The big one is Rain, but it also exists on the Sun side. Rain is really hard.
It's more so Rain. Rain is the strong one.
So this person decided
like if this was Politoed or something like that, bro. Oh my god, this team would have been terrifying, bro.
Yeah, this team would
like Kingdra, Barraskewda, bro, Kilowattrel, Overquill. Two of this Rain Sweepers are with Terra, so it's like, oh my god, bro.
Though I will say, I don't fully agree with getting Barra and Kingdra. They kind of just do the same thing, in my opinion.
Yeah, they're kind of doing the same shit.
They're doing the same shit. Like
a little whack.
They're both just Swim Sweepers. I fuck with the rest of the team though. But yeah, if it wasn't apparent, the obvious goal here is Damp Rock, Rain Dance, Klefki. You put up Rain, and then you get your Swimmers in, and you try to win. Or you get in Kilowattrel. Was Kilowattrel Terra?
No, it's Overquill and Kingdra on this team.
Okay, yeah, you get Kilowattrel in, and it's 100% accurate. Hurricane, scary, right?
Then you get Weather Ball and the Kilowattrel anyway, so it's like you don't really need the coverage as much from Terra Blast.
Yeah.
Obviously, clicking Terra Fly, Hurricane's still very strong, but you know.
Yeah, because of the rain, you don't need it. Like I would say, you mostly do with a lot of other times, but yeah. So we see Terra King. Was it Kingdra? You said was Terra?
Yeah, Kingdra Overquill.
Yeah, so Terra Dragon Kingdra.
Terra Dragon is.
I mean, very obvious what we're gonna do with that. Terra Water Overquill.
Yeah.
I feel this kind of like tells what the Terra is gonna end up being. I feel like that kind of means it's gonna.
Yeah, it was much more. I was like, okay, I saw the Terra Water on that guy. I'm like, okay, I know that'll probably be the one to watch out for. I was thinking maybe it could be like Terra Fly Kingdra because he gets Hurricane now. Yeah, but it was not. So I'm like, okay. I saw Dragon. I didn't care. I'm like, all right, cool. It's walled by Rhyperior. I don't care.
And then Steel Rhyperior to, beautiful.
Yeah. Eat the hits. Force Overquill to Terra type shit.
Anyways, early U-turn. You get your Rock Self up a lead, which is amazing.
The removalist only toe scroll, which is kind of whack.
Yeah. So you can get Rocks up kind of early, and you're gonna need it because Barra's gonna be flip turning out like a lot. Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
This is just
a summon for the Klefki because there's no fucking way you're clicking like your attacking moves are useless to me.
Yeah.
I wanted to Earth Power, but I was like, I should have Earth Powered. I was like, Earth Power is definitely the correct play there, but I just wanted to click Steam Eruption to see the damage.
In the rain, yeah, that's totally fair.
Yeah, I saw 28 on the Kingdra. I'm like, ooh.
Well, no, because it's Life Orb.
Like if I click Earth Power there, it would have died.
Well, now because it's Life Orb Kingdra, he either stays in and dies to Life Orb, or he switches and dies to Rocks later if he doesn't spin.
Yeah, like now what?
So like you kind
of Life Orb being bad.
I mean, you got the job
example
done
2.
Like there he goes.
I don't really care that much.
I feel like a lot of people in low tiers.
30's broken on this guy, but.
I wonder if it's like a trap you fall into in low tiers where you're like, this mon doesn't have a high enough attack stat. I need to run Life Orb, while forgetting that in low tiers the defenses are also just in generally a lot lower.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what's going on.
I don't know.
It could be. I don't know. I'm just trying to run up a theory because I don't know. I personally hate Life Orb.
I don't like Life Orb. I don't either. I think I've only ran it like maybe once or twice in the past like season or two in like Redcord. Obviously, I think the last time was like the Meowscarada the one time versus Icarus to guarantee a one shot on Tyranitar.
I don't even know.
But it's like outside that, I'm just never gonna run it because I'd rather just run expert build, make the plays like the correct plays, or just like a static boosting item like I don't know, Mystic Water for flip turn or something.
I was gonna say, like I run those items all the time, or even just Resist Berry on a lot of those mons is really nice. I just don't think Life Orb is like.
Yeah, I find a lot more value out of those than Life Orb because now I'm just taking chip every turn. It's like, god damn it, bro.
Right, like chip is so important in this game, especially like with hazards going up. Like, but being gone is so good.
It's great for me. Yeah. I was happy to see that thing gone. I'm like, all right, one more annoying guy out of the way.
You still have to worry about
Oracle comes out.
And of course Quill. Because Barrett does get Drill Run. It never uses it because it never needs to, but it does in this matchup for Volcanion. Anyways, welcome Barragoon to the team. And
He's back. I'm clicking Protect. I'm stalling this rain team.
We are stalling the rain. Oh, it's beautiful. Type shit, sir.
Yum.
Damn!
I'm Lightning Rod as well for the Kilowatt roll. I have no defense on this thing too. I'm just rocking my HP and a little bit of attack and Spadef for the bird.
A guy like me clicked SD there.
I would have swords dance again. Yeah. If he clicked SD again there, I'm like, okay, I'll just sack like Pheasantipity because I am helmet there. You see, so
that's tough. Yeah, but now Barrett comes in.
Fez was like Fez was kind of just here to get some some free chip on the helmet.
Chippies. I mean, it doesn't really do a lot towards the other mons at this point. Like, you die to Earth Power here. Kilowatt was going to do a billion.
Yeah.
I mean, you could sit in front
It was also there for Zarina, because it was on the other spinner, but they brought Toadscruel, so I'm like, okay. I'll just kill it. I'll let him go down. I didn't really need... Yeah.
I mean, the helmet chip to kill the
Like, if Zarina comes in, then...
Absolutely worth it. Like,
yeah.
And even the chip on Barrett.
I'll take that trade.
Yeah.
Yeah, because now it's like, you're taking more chip. That's what I need.
There is a
because I'm not doing a lot of damage on this team.
Yeah, I feel there is a scenario like worst comes.
I can kind of just sit there.
That you could like ice shard this with Sneasel. Or that worst
that's why I was Terra Ice and Sneasel.
Terra Ice.
Because I was banded.
Yeah. Banded, banded ice shard especially then.
Yeah, I'm like if something gets out of hand, I'll just click Terra Ice shard and deal a bunch of damage. So I kind of wanted the chip. But Sneasel does not hit the field in this game, so it didn't really matter.
But yeah, anyways, flip turn comes out, and comes Toadscruel. Did you just gyro?
No, I'm better. Owned. Ice Spinner was not for this one, but it worked out great because it was originally for Kilowatt trying to block bullet switches.
Yeah. Hashtag ownage.
But yeah, owned, got him.
Yeah, I mean, what?
I go in right here.
This guy. Did you type shit this as well? Yeah, you did.
Yeah,
you fucking did.
Yup. You know it.
Yeah, crit mattered.
Yeah, at this point, I can just, I can kind of just sit here at this point.
Yeah, and we all know this is banded. We all know this is banded. It's not banded. Whoops.
It was not banded, actually. Yeah, I don't know what the item was on this thing. But yeah, it might have just been like a random boosting item.
But you're just gonna stall at the rain easily.
Yeah, I'm just gonna outplay him because I'm like that.
Oh my god. You could have protected there, by the way, and then swapped, but...
I didn't have protection in the Volcanion. Yeah, I'm better at dodge the Ice Fang because...
Yeah, that's right. I remember this sub.
Yeah, it's the sub.
And then you dodge the Ice Fang because you're a better player, of course.
Yeah, owned.
By the way, it didn't matter because Rain goes away and then he just gets Barragoon back in, or actually not Barragoon, but Sneasel. Then Sneasel comes in and clicks something, maybe, or even just Volcanion.
Yeah.
Like, you just get fucking anything in because Rain's gone.
Fortress can also win too, as long as I don't get Parad Volts, which should be able to kill it or chip it down enough to win.
And if Klefki comes in, you can just type shit your way back to Rhyperior and GG. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean.
Pretty solid
you
game.
Had the outs to the rain. Very easy to say. Yeah, you won. GG.
It's kind of obvious he's gonna bring that because it's literally just like it's all in rain. Like their last 2 months were like Rabsca Zarina. It's like okay, bro.
No, I remember you telling me that like there's a chance he doesn't.
He's rain.
And I told you I was like, dude, I'm sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4 mons that rely on rain. He's bringing rain.
I was like maybe it could be like some insane like crazy bluff and like run screens and shit like that. But I'm like, it's probably dumb. He should just do rain dance, which it was.
These two don't fucking do anything. So it's like,
Yeah,
what now?
there's no point. I mean, it could be like Dragon Dance Kingdra, but like, you know,
Like scale shot.
it kind of stinks.
But then just that doesn't.
Yeah.
No.
There's no point. Yeah.
Then you get hardwall by Baragoon, and there's random Terra.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, I don't know. I was not as afraid of this team as I was compared to the others.
Yeah,
just because I'm like, I know what it's gonna be.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, it was cool though. It was cool,
it's
but like
cool,
I know what like everything's gonna do.
It's a cool try, but at the end of the day, manual range just does not work. Like it's just.
It's a lot harder to work in lower tiers. Yeah,
especially I feel like you could try manual rain if it's not apparent that your team is doing manual rain, because now you know the manual rain is coming. Like now you bring protect on your super defensive Rhyperior and helmet on your other guy to beat.
I can just sit there.
Flip turn, or even overthrow is gonna click. Like it's very easy to get around. I feel.
If you're doing manual rain, you gotta have like it's gotta be like a balance. Style or something like that, because you got to be able to get in your rain guys and
that's the other thing.
Also set up the rain, take that turn too. It's like, man,
Klefki has no pivot. The reason Pelipper is so good in singles, well, it's not that good, but the reason Pelipper is the best rain setter in singles is you get in, rain goes up, you turn out, and then you get your rain sweeper in. Klefki just doesn't.
A lot better than Polytoad.
Yeah, Polytoad can't do that. Polytoad doesn't really get moves either, so
Polytoad's balls. Yeah, I'm clicking specs by the ball. Next question, actually.
Next question.
Turn him into sweeper.
Okay, this was a very.
This game was funny.
Okay, so couple things to note about this game. One, this is the game I prepped for first, so this was the team I had rehearsed the least, though I was confident in what I brought. Two, this was the last game I played after the other two, so I had one already made it out of pools, guaranteed, because I won my other two games. And two, was very tired because I had just thought really hard for the other two games, and I was off of no sleep. This is going to be important, trust me. But other than the other thing to note is this guy also went 2-0, so he made it out of his pools, out of our pool as well. We both went 2-0, and this was just to decide who was gonna like overall win the pool, even though we both made it out. It was really just for seeding things. So, I mean, it was obvious, like, we didn't DM or say anything back and forth beforehand, but we basically, I feel like, had a gentleman's agreement where it's like, we're not gonna go insane, but we both know this game doesn't exactly matter, so,
both you guys are already guaranteed, so it's like it doesn't really matter who wins or loses here. In the long run, not that much.
The gist of my team, it's Terra Cobalion and Terra Armor Rouge. Both of those are terrifying.
So, Armor especially, you actually have like, you get an immunity with Flash Fire, so you can completely just flip a matchup and just start setting up in front of something.
I was really scared of Terra Cobalion because that mon can run like 8 different sets, especially in low tiers. You could be Bulk Up, you could be Choice, you can bring Calm Mind, you can bring Plot. Does it get Plot? I don't remember. Either way, it gets a lot of shit. So I was very scared of what that thing could do. It could even just be like bulky Volt Switch Stealth Rocks. So, because it gets all of that. Don't ask me why, but it does.
It's Plot, Volt Switch, Stealth Rock, Body Press. Like you can just sit there, or you could start setting up, or be choiced.
So I had no idea.
All those are good.
Both of those. So the gist of my team, in my notes, it says team has no flying resist, hence specs Noivern. Look at the team, look at my Noivern, look at Hurricane, look at the team again. GG's.
Win. Yeah.
The Sigilai was here to beat Cobalion because and there's another fighting steel type. I'm a grass ghost, whatever. Then
Iron Fence Body Press could do something maybe too as well, so it also checks that.
Yeah, but it blocks Body Press as well. I don't remember what moves I had on it. I think I just don't remember what moves I had on it. My item is important too. I put notes down for it. I'll bring that up later when it actually comes across. Calm Mind Klefki is back. It beats all the defense.
Round 2.
But I have to worry about I wrote in my notes, I must worry about Armor Rouge / Cobalion. Cobalion CC is still gonna hurt. Armor Rouge for obvious reasons. And then I'm also Substitute. The reasoning for this, Klefki with Calm Mind just looked really good. Armor Rouge is just, in general, is just kind of a one-hit wonder type of Pokemon. It comes out, it tries to sweep. If it doesn't sweep, it never comes out again. Or it takes a lot of damage, so Klefki could win.
If it doesn't sweep, it dies probably. It's not the mon that come back.
Like it's like Endure or Sash Weak Armor like 90% of the time.
Yeah, which we'll see here in this game.
Yeah, meanwhile, Klefki can come in and basically just hardwall both Articuno and Umbreon, especially Umbreon. That was the big one, because I was like, Umbreon is the switch to Noivern, so, and Umbreon doesn't get Baton, or it's not allowed to use Baton Pass here, because Baton Pass is banned in Smogon Draft. So I was like, okay, Noivern, get it in, click Hurricane, maybe kill something, but if Umbreon comes in, then I can just hard switch Klefki. Maybe he clicks Wish, that's fine, and then I can just click Sub and start Calm Mining.
Yeah, exactly.
Shell Smash Blastoise.
Because you can just Drain Kiss off all the damage. The thing's got such low base HP.
So much.
If you...
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of these mons have such, like, a lot higher HP than compared to Klefki, obviously, so you get a lot back.
It is just Armor Rouge, so, like, that looks really good here.
If that thing ever really goes down, like, now what? You don't really,
I
can't really beat it.
I want to say this team had a Weezing Galar that didn't get brought as well. So that was the. I also packed Flash Cannon for that.
That makes sense.
Blastoise just looked like the best set here. Defensive didn't really make any sense because it just didn't like really come in on anything.
Too much.
And Shell Smash does look kind of good here.
Defensive could check Flygon or something like that, but it's like,
yeah.
It's not bad scary. You have a Decidueye.
Yeah. Donphan is basically the same set I brought the first week, or the first game. It's just boots, Stealth Rock Spin, EP, Smackdown.
Bro loves his boots.
Dude, it boots sturdy. It's great. It's the ultimate safeguard.
It is good. I can't deny it.
My notes actually tell me I originally had Wordier on this team. And
yeah, you did change it. I forget what you put on the team now.
Oh, Tauros. Yeah, because I don't have notes for Tauros on here.
Oh yeah, it was Terrorblast Fly, right? It was another flying spam guy.
Fly. Yeah, I originally had Wordier on here, and I cut it for Banded Terrorblast Fly Tauros because, again, no flying resists.
It's strong.
Yeah, and I originally had AV. My notes say AV Wordier for Armor Rouge. Terradark's still good, however. Running Bullshit to hopefully catch him lacking. Because that's just what my Wordier usually does. But, yeah, he doesn't... He asks for what are your Terra Caps, so of course that. I can see his, though. He's just on mobile, so weird shit.
Dude, mobile sucks, bro. Stop running it. I'm telling y'all.
Yeah, it wasn't this game, but I played a game for a different draft league. I had to play it on my train home from work because I wasn't gonna wait till I got home at 11:30 after working a 10-hour shift. So fuck that.
Yeah.
So I packed my laptop, was hauling it around all day in my bag, and then played off an iPhone hotspot on my laptop on my train home just to avoid playing on mobile. Because
it sucks. I hate using it. Yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, Terra Normal is here for Armor Rouge. I was very confused about this at first, but we'll see why that is later.
Yeah, it's a good bring on their part. It makes a lot of sense. I like it.
Yeah, I mean, I'll explain later when it comes up, like, why it's Terra Normal, because it does serve a very important purpose. And then Terra Ghost Cobalion, I was a little confused about, but I think it just means that he can avoid Tauros killing
Maybe to not lose to Tauros.
And then I was worried he'd be Terra Blast Ghost to hit Decidueye, because that was like my best answer for it. So it's kind of like a double threat in a way. But yeah, my Terras are obvious. Bug is really just here to throw off Cobalion in case he's running some bullshit. The big one was Terra Dark, Terra Blast on either of these two. That's what Bug is for. I'm gonna be honest, I was never clicking Terra Bug on this. The goal of this team was to Terra Blast Fly with Tauros because no switch-ins. So yeah, I just leave Flygon. Not Flygon. I don't lead Flygon. I lead this, and I click Draco because no switch-ins. We hit the Umbreon. It does a decent chunk. I don't remember what this set was, if it was Spidef or what. But yeah, I go Klefki. And then
it's always bad. Umbreon only ever does one thing.
Yeah, I mean, right, like. I think it was Spidef because it was the only way to take hits from Umbreon, or take hits
not
from
lose to Noivern.
Yeah. Anyways, I hard switch Noivern, knowing he's clicking Rocks or EQ, get that play right, and then I miss Hurricane and die for it. Type shit.
Friggin' tough, yo.
In hindsight, probably should have just clicked Draco, but I'm bad.
Probably.
So fuck it. And if I landed Hurricane, that game would have been so much different because now he is in such a bad situation.
Yeah.
But hey, it happens. I just get Donphan.
Full health team, basically.
Yeah, he breaks my sturdy, which is unfortunate, but I get to kill him and get the rocks off the field, so I'm not like broken up about it. It's a fine trade. Nothing crazy. Chestnut's back. I'm gonna put Klefki on the field because it's really easy. He's gonna body press me down. I don't really care. I'm just gonna Calm Mind. This still hurts. That does so much damage, man. Oh my god. I forgot.
Chestnut is low-key sleeper good. I was thinking about picking one up at like early stages of the draft, but then I got sniped a lot.
Yeah.
Of the ones that I actually wanted, so I was like, okay, I can't use Chestnut anymore.
I locked into Decidueye really early because I used it in the spring seasonal, and I thought it was like maybe it was the mon I was most surprised by. So I was like, if it was that good in a regular format, how good is it going to be at low tiers when I could also run like Sword Stance bullshit?
Yeah, exactly.
So that's
a good mon. I like that mon.
I picked it up, but like Chestnut was never in the question because of that. Otherwise, it probably would have been because I was really scared of this mon.
Yeah.
But yeah, once again, I wrote in my notes, be scared of Armor Rouge, so we're going to switch out, and we're going to go to Tauros to avoid getting hit by the Armor Cannon, which still does a shit ton of damage.
Oh, it's so strong. That's not even like a... What item is this thing? I don't even know what it was.
Well, I'll tell you what, he is weak.
It's not choiced. Yeah.
Yeah, so that...
Like maybe it was weakness policy, something like that?
This was not good, and here is where I made the biggest mistake here. You want to know something really funny?
Yeah, bro can't read.
So I hovered over this, and it says 273, right? I hover over my Blastoise's speed. My Blastoise was 247 speed. Somehow I interpreted it as 1 point faster than Armor Rouge, as 274, instead of 247.
Bro is so good at reading.
Yeah. Again, very tired, last game of the day, so I'm like, okay, whatever. We're just gonna go to the Shelf Smash because it's free and I'll be faster. And I eat an energy ball because I knew I lived, so it was fine. So I do all this, and then he's just faster. I literally looked at my screen and went, what? So at this point, I should...
Another thing, too, I don't know, it's odd that he's running, like, max speed on the Armor Rouge. Like, if I'm speed creeping this team, I'm, like, only doing enough of what I need, because, like, okay, if it's max speed Blastoise, I can't even outspeed it with Armor Rouge, what's the point?
Yeah.
But, I guess not running the sweaty-ass EV spreads can be a good thing.
Absolutely. But I will say, I probably should have lost this game. This is the part of my notes that is very important. One, he Terra Normals to avoid Shadow Sneak. Very, very smart on his part. Very smart on his part. That's what the Terra Normal is for. I like that a lot. If I'm going to be honest, if I was planning on running Priority to beat this, I would have just ran Sucker, but whatever. Because this also gets Sucker Punch. Do not ask me why. I do not know.
Yeah.
But I ran Akaberry just in case, and thank God I did. So, yippee. We turn it out. We get Klefki back in. Now, some of you may be wondering, how does one win this game? With... Uh-oh, something's happening on your end, huh?
Oh no, it's my mom and sister back from the concert.
Oh, fun. But you may be asking, how does one win this game with my Donphan Sturdy broken and my Decidueye that was meant to beat the Cobalion at like no % at all, especially since it's not boots, it's going to take spikes. The answer is Calm Mind Klefki Draining Kiss does good damage and heals me to full, and a lot of hacks.
Yeah, exactly.
So this is the part that I actually want to analyze because I didn't realize how much that Draining Kiss healed me. And I want to figure out how much it did. So it healed me. Did I go to... Okay, so I went from 53. I went from 53 to... I healed 40%. Okay, and then I took 17 from Helmet. And then I took 49 from Body Press. Okay, let me do the math on this. So... if that's the case... I healed 40, and then I lost 16, so I would have healed 34. Plus 33, and then it was a roll on the Body Press because I think it did 45 last time if I'm not wrong. Let me double check that. No, it did 49
I remember.
times.
Yeah.
It did 49 both times, so let's just say it does 49 again. I would have been left at 18%, and then I would have gotten 6% from leftovers. I would have been left at 24%.
Yeah.
So wow, I actually probably still would have won then. That's crazy. Because the thing is, I would have been left at 24%, right? If he gets the same roll. But I actually just crit here, so I avoid taking another Body Press. I'm talented.
Which is good for you.
Yeah, I sub first here because I don't know what set this is, but it shows Aura Sphere. Oh my god, I was licking my lips when I saw it was Aura Sphere, because that means I click Calm Mind.
Now you can win at that point.
And then Aura Sphere does 22. So if this just comes out raw, if we do the original scenario and I'm left at 24 and Cobalion comes out, I click Calm Mind first, I get healing, and then I actually just die to the next Aura Sphere, so no, I don't win. I actually needed that crit. Oh my god, I'm talented.
Yeah.
Holy fuck, I'm talented. Alright, anyways, I Draining Kiss this, and then I sub in its face, because I don't want to get crit, 1, and 2, I don't want to get frozen by Freezing Glare. Also, it's free, because his dual stab, I'm resisted to.
You can't touch you.
So we can skip ahead, because we all know what's going to happen here. We're both going to +6.
Yeah.
I'm so happy to see this, because I know, again, I resist his dual stab.
You're in a way spot than he is.
I'm in a way
you can't break your sub ever.
I resist his dual stab. My Draining Kiss means that
you have to crit you to even break the sub in 1.
Yeah, when I attack, I can heal as well. Well, he has to spend a turn roosting. And he can never crit through me because I'll just sub every time. And look at that Flash Cannon damage. Flash Cannon also has a 10% chance to spit F drop. I'm gonna go through this kind of quick because it's all the same. Every time he breaks my sub, I put up a new one. Every time he gets close to 30%, which is how much Flash Cannon was doing, he's gonna roost. And it's just gonna rinse and repeat for a very long time. And then every time I get a little bit low, I'll Draining Kiss because it does about 18 and I heal 17. Because again, this thing has base 57 HP, so I heal a shit ton. But yeah, that's basically the gist of what happens here. No matter what, Prankster sub means I'll just always live everything, so it doesn't matter. And the other things to note, Flash Cannon has a 10% chance to drop Spadef. I get it after a lot of tries.
Finally.
I get it. I'm not gonna complain. I got the crit earlier, and then I crit Draining Kiss here. This crit did not matter. Did it speed up the game? Yes. Did it matter? No, because at the end of the day, I still have enough attacks. He only had 1 more recover. So the next he
lost.
He had to heal after the next Flash Cannon no matter what. Or the next Draining Kiss. He had to heal after this turn anyways. He would have lost his last recover, and then I just Flash Cannon sub, and then I have enough attacks to kill the other 2. He skips the whatever and just clicks forfeit. So I win that game very skillfully, and without anything going wrong. Thumbs up emoji. I'm sorry.
Pretty good start for everything.
Yeah, you know, humble 6-0 through the both of us. You'll love to see it. I'm very happy with that. Not happy with how this game.
You know the vibes.
I'm gonna shore that up for next time because I played like dog ass, but it's fine. We won. But I think we played alright in our other games for the most part. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I think we're all done then.
I think that's it. Yeah. I think we're gonna do more videos on this.
Yeah.
I guess we'll see y'all in bracket probably.
When everything else gets
next week.
Done.
I know. The deadline for pools
at some point.
The deadline for playing your game just ended for pools, so they'll probably announce brackets sometime tonight or tomorrow. So we'll see our opponents soon. But yeah, I'll see y'all next time.
We'll see.
Peace.